Attack the enemy! Victory is ours!
Hello everybody, welcome back for more War Thunder tank battles. Yep, it's another Japanese tank STA-1 battle, but it was pretty darn good. Not just me, but everybody on the whole team, actually. So this battle is from 16 September 2017. This is prior to patch 1.71 coming out, of course. And you can also see at the bottom, I did not yet have my Heat FS rounds unlocked. So we got a battle map on Ardennes, and we're moving up. We're going to parallel outside to the right-hand side, the north of the capture points, and just see what we can do to meet the enemy head-on and hopefully thin out their numbers, Ned, because they're coming right for us. The STA-1's speed is not too terribly bad in a straight line on decent terrain, and it was fairly downhill for most of this, so I'm certainly not going to keep up with a RU-251, but it wasn't too bad, actually. It moved along pretty quickly and was keeping up with the main Axis push here. So you can see we had a couple guys out to either side, which wasn't bad. That's definitely a good thing to do on a battle map for sure. There's no pressure to get to a point or defend a point and keep them from capping it as much as there is just fight. Sometimes I like battle maps the best because you can not have to go and make sure you have a balance or an advantage on the capture points. Because you start with a balance and the battle pretty much ends when somebody upsets that balance, so it's nice to be able to just have a pure tank fight, and battle maps I find are the best way to do that. So I expected to see somebody coming down the main road, because somebody's always coming down the main road, except there was nobody coming down the main road, which was surprising, but ended up probably being a good thing, as I only had M82 rounds, and most things are not terribly vulnerable to them head-on. So, pushed over into the side, where I expected the bulk of the enemy contact to be if there's nobody actually in the city, and sure enough, there's fighting going on. Somebody got detonated off to my right, and right as I get ready, an M46 comes driving along. And the M82 APC-BC round has no trouble with hitting somebody in the side front compartment. I took a hit there from behind that I wasn't sure where it came from. I thought it must have been a friendly because it did no damage. And I can hear somebody behind me, well, in front of me to the left here, coming through breaking trees, and so I stopped and waited, and sure enough, there's a nose poking out as he drives a little bit farther forward. Dispatch a T-44 with the M82 nuke rounds, and then backed up. Thankfully, the guy coming in on my left was Panther 2, not an enemy. I checked, and whatever damaged me actually was an enemy. I'm not sure how he got behind me, hit me, and didn't damage me, but I'm guessing he was using APCR rounds or something, because he should have hurt me wherever he hit me from behind. Our team is just mopping the floor at the moment. We're steadily pushing through the woods here. You can see an enemy just off to the left there. He shoots back. I hit him with another APC-BC round, and that is the M41A1 that had damaged me. So I assume he doesn't have APDS yet, because that certainly would have gone through anything that the STA-1 has to offer as far as armor is concerned. But it didn't, and we finished him. Another M46 dispatched by the team, and this is what happens when an Axis team doesn't camp back and actually pushes forward and advances. Certainly the cover of the trees helped. If it was an open push, we probably would have been picked off a little bit from distance as we got closer, but when an Axis team moves forward at this battle rating and doesn't encounter a bunch of FV-4202s with high-velocity APDS rounds, of course, it's really hard to withstand that. So after a quick check of the back to make sure we weren't being snuck around or outflanked from behind us, I pushed into the capture point with the rest of the team.
Attention
spotted an M19 over the top of the hill, took a shot at him, shot us a little bit short, threw a whole bunch of dirt up, and he was able to get down behind the hill and escape. Got him behind that Tiger, and if you couldn't tell, the shot that hit me from the M19 and set me on fire actually deflected off the Tiger's armor skirts and deflected into my side of my engine and set me on fire. Now, not a big deal. I had FPE, and I also had an entire Tiger 2 for spaced armor alongside of me. I took another hit from somebody that didn't actually do any damage to me, and I'm not sure where it came from. It was probably artillery. The Tiger took out the M19, and I didn't take any further hits from him, and then I was able to repair while sitting in the capture point. Now, somebody from the enemy team has moved into the capture point and is preventing us from capping it. So as soon as I get repaired, I'm going to see if I can push forward and find the guy who's obviously on the other side of the buildings here, holding us from the cap. And if you look at the mini-map, almost our entire team is concentrated in the capture point right now, which is something else that's pretty rare. So it turns out it was a Stridsvagn 81. I guess I must have shot just a second too late, because my shot should have been on, and I had no undamaged or damage effects or anything. So I pulled into this picture-perfect, custom-made STA-1 capture parking space right here, and held on for the cap.
Attention to the map.
The other thing that was phenomenal here is that our team didn't go for their spawn. They just all sat in the cap and capped it. It is magical. So somebody had got behind us to get to our A point, but we were so close to getting to the capture that it didn't matter. Most likely it was the M19 that I shot at and missed, who got down behind the hill, but he was one guy on their cap. Of course I'd take a hit from artillery, because why wouldn't I in this little tiny spot? It didn't do any damage though, so no big deal. There was a T-44-100 somewhere that knocked out one of our guys, and then this M19 pulls in, stops us from capturing, and gets killed almost immediately, and then we resumed our capturing progress. It was a valiant effort of him, I give him that. And then we capped it out. And that's what happens when you don't camp back as the Axis. So not too bad of a battle for the STA-1, actually. And not a bad battle for the entire team, either. I finished up the M348 Heat FS shells within the next couple battles, but they were not great by themselves, so... There you have it. Look at the top 5 guys, all had 3 kills. That's pretty even. That's a pretty good balanced team play right there. I was pretty happy with this battle. I hope you guys were happy with it, too. We'll see you guys soon for more War Thunder. Thank you all for stopping by and checking this one out. And have a great day as always.